doing?
Great, we're great.
All right, I'll let you know. Thanks for calling.
Yo, Grace was supposed to represent me on some shit. She ain't even call me back.
Bye.
That's crazy.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Wait, is this the spot? Did I find it right?
Yeah, you did, actually.
Perfect.
All right, and then you said I was supposed to do something for you. I'm so sorry if I didn't get back to you. What were you looking for?
I'd say it was like a week and a half ago about some case I caught 2 weeks ago, and you told me to send you an email, and I did.
Okay, I will double check that. But if you guys are all together, you can all come in and we can talk, and I'll talk to you about that issue.
All right, let me park my car, yeah?
Onions.
Pretty cool spot.
I have an office up on the second floor we can go to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll follow you.
Shit, what's this, a market or some shit?
Chris, am I cool to take my my vest off so it can dry out? It's been raining outside.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Oh shoot, sorry, I'm trying to. No, I'm trying to break the glass here to get upstairs.
That's exactly how I left the blood on scene.
Yeah.
Somebody decided it would be really cute to, put glass here that had to be.
Yeah,
broken.
it's architecture, you know. It's a new wave of modern offices.
Yep, apparently.
Did you
Sorry
get
about
Moose
the
me
punch.
saying I'm walking into the glass earlier, Dee?
I unfortunately don't have anything to give you for the injuries because I got held up at gunpoint and they stole my side dishes.
Alright.
Oh shit, these some nice couches. I ain't gonna lie.
Not too bad.
Yeah, so we do farming for the restaurants so that they can cook you all delicious food. So yeah, have a seat wherever, and all right. So do we want to start with your issue, Anton, and then we can circle back to the other issue that I didn't get back to, and I apologize for that. I've had 4 trials in the last week and a half. So,
Yeah, we get busy out here.
How many of those did you win?
3 of the 4.
Okay. What's that, like a 80% success rate?
75.
That's passing in Florida, so that's yeah.
So, how honest can I be with you?
You should absolutely be as honest as possible because A, everything you say to me is confidential, and B, I don't like surprises in the courtroom. So if this goes to court, I want to know everything so I can plan to counter it if it comes up. If it doesn't come up, that's fine. But yeah, the more I know, the more strategy I can plan ahead of time and not, get surprised by things.
So I'll take you through my day a little bit.
All right.
I woke up to a phone call from one of my friends informing me to check Twitter. On Twitter, there was a photo of my second in command face down in the water at the Alamo Sea, taken in a selfie format by a man called, Ryder Flint, something like that. It's abbreviated to RJ.
Okay.
He has had some drama over the past week or so with the Mandem.
That one's dope. That one she put some blush on me, Cactus.
This morning with my second in command and shot him. We obviously found him, and that doesn't run. So we dealt with it in a gang way. He was in a.
RJ is part of Mandem?
No, RJ is not part of any organization.
Okay. All right. All right. So you guys dealt with RJ. So what is it you think is going to be the issue going forward?
What happened was we were trying to get hold of him for a while. We were looking around the city for him. We were in helicopters searching everywhere. We found him, and he gave us information. He was in a police chase. We told him he'd be all right. We have reassured him, and we said we'll get him away. We just want a conversation. Once we got him into a helicopter in this police chase, we flew away. We got chased by a jet. We landed in the Mandem block and got into a car. At this point, I lost the police.
I'm hungry.
And I had him in my car. I'm unaware if they know if
what should I
in the
eat?
car or not. I don't know if they knew it was me.
I think I'm gonna order some Chinese.
And the helicopter was rented by me, so there's a good chance they know I was part of that getaway plan. Just to give you a heads up, Patar is still in the ICU, so he's not doing too great. So there's a motive there to some degree. Once we got him, we took him to the lumber yard. I'm gonna keep it real. It was pretty grim. He got tortured. His eyes got cut out. It was a mess. He got beaten up a little bit. Was it both eyes, Dean?
Say again.
Was it both eyes, or was it just the one?
You talking about when he got?
The lumber yard.
About the one? Okay, yeah, it was one eye.
One eye, and his ear was cut off and put in his mouth. Pretty gruesome. In that kerfuffle, we were beating him up a little bit. I got punched, and I believe I started bleeding and left blood on scene. He was conscious, alive at this point, and then he got leant up against a wall, and a man with a python took the shot. That man wasn't me, but I watched a man get murdered in cold blood. After that, we left. We got out of there. I haven't been caught. Obviously, a few jokes were made on the timeline before we knew he was murdered and actually died. Are you familiar with a rapper called YNW Melly?
No.
Well, he is a rapper that's currently facing 2 times murder of his friends. And he has a song called Murder on My Mind. And a few of them lyrics of that song were referenced on the timeline. You'll understand the relevance in a minute. So a police officer contacted me later on in the day and said to me, asked if I knew about Patar being in the ICU. So I told him I was aware, and I believe he's stable. And then he asked the second question if I knew who RJ was. He didn't say RJ, he said his Govy.
Okay.
So I said I was unsure because I knew I could play it off if it ever went to court as I know him as RJ, and I didn't know what his actual government name was. And that sort of brings us up to where we are now, where I feel like I'm going to get done for first-degree murder.
Okay. Do you know who the shooter was?
There is a text messages. I just want to remind you.
Oh yeah. I missed a vital point. So when we were looking for RJ, there's this one of my close friends, Tatiana, called me. She wanted to chill for a little bit. I said I was busy dealing with like gang stuff, you know. And she sort of wanted to help, so I said, I'm looking for RJ. Could you find him for me? And we exchanged a few texts. So let me just see where we are. She called me. I ignored her call. I said, can't speak right now. I'll call you ASAP. She said, okay. And then we had a phone call and me basically saying we're looking for RJ. Patar's in the ICU. And then she texted me. I sent some crackhead after him and promised him some cash. If he finds him, seems promising, I'll keep you updated. And then I texted her, we found him. I'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean that could be problematic, but if you didn't specify RJ in the text, did you specify him in the text messages, or did you say RJ on the phone call?
RJ I never brought up RJ in the text messages. We were thinking we could play it off as we found Patar. because Pitar was missing, but the timeline of events doesn't really line up for that. Because I was the one who discovered where Pitar was. We found him in the lake.
Oh, so Pitar is the second in command that was in the initial photo on Twitter.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so if he's your second in command, does that mean you are the Mandem leader?
No, I'm just a member.
Okay.
Yeah.
So second in command overall, not okay. Got you.
Yeah, he's second in command overall. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. The text messages could be a problem, but we could try to play it off. That's assuming they even get far enough that they subpoena your phone records.
All right, Chang, I'm back.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. If my blood's on scene, and there's a motive, that's enough to really push it to court. No.
It's enough to push it to court, but it's not necessarily enough to get a conviction. So we'll see what shows up on the docket and worry about it then.
Okay. Because I would tell you if I did it. Like, I'd file my M charge if I did it. But I watched him get shot. You know what I mean? It wasn't me.
Okay. So did the cops see the helicopter during the chase when you picked him up, or were you guys out of range?
Love, man. Them viewers, love.
Managed to be far enough away from them?
So he was in a car. We got him to drive up White Garage. Do you know the one by apartments? A few cars blocked the police on the way up. He jumped into the helicopter. I flew away in the Mandem block direction. Got chased by a jet all the way to the Mandem block. I didn't want to get shot down, so I landed, jumped in a car, and then VCB'd in a car.
Okay, so it could come back to you, but it depends on how quickly they acted on getting those records. I don't know how far those records go back. The blood on scene, if you can think of a reason why you would be there at the lumber yard that isn't related to RJ, that would definitely help provide some reasonable doubt.
Do you know what I think? What the angle I was thinking of going? Like, if I can play off the text messages, I can play it in the direction as we were looking for Pitar, and then I picked up RJ, so I was obviously trying to help him. And I could play it off as I helped him get away, and that was me. And then we were together and we got kidnapped, and I got forced to watch him get tortured and killed. Because that would explain why I'm there, but proving it wasn't me when if there's no other blood on scene, it doesn't look very good, you know? If there's only one person they can place on scene, it's a bit ropey, no?
Then they're gonna ask you, why didn't you report it?
Yeah.
You are not obligated to report anything to the police. That's not a law we have here in Los Santos. You do not have a duty to report anything.
Okay, that's good.
So if they say, why didn't you? And just, I don't have to. I didn't bother.
Great, it's Grace, right?
Yeah, Grace.
So like, don't they need like a murder weapon? Don't they need all of that kind of stuff to link him to it? Because this is Los Santos.
You're
Motherfuckers
the part where he had his eyes gouged out and his ear cut.
I would say if you did the torture, you should get rid of that knife. If you have the gun from the other person that did the shooting, they should get rid of that. It's much easier to put reasonable doubt if there are no weapons found with the individual's blood on it or any ballistics that they can match.
Does the cops know that he tried to murder Pitar or no?
Yes, they are aware.
Well, then they're gonna say, why were you helping him then? Because you're affiliated, you are a Mandem gang member, so why would you be helping a guy?
Because you didn't know at the time that RJ is responsible for Pitar being in the hospital.
It was I believe.
But he texted and said we found him.
Yeah, but I mean that if there's no name, we can provide reasonable doubt that it wasn't RJ.
At that same time, I'm just saying, I've been through this court system before, man, and they don't need much. Their assumption is what convict you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, there are no guarantees. I always tell everybody that, but I will absolutely do my best, and you know, we'll know more once it's posted on the docket, if it gets posted to the docket, because until their investigation is closed and they put it on the docket, we can't FOIA any of the reports or anything. But yeah, the cops can push whatever they want and they can have whatever assumptions that they want to have, but if it goes to court, they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And just knowing that you guys have beef,
Yeah.
and no murder weapons, yeah, it's
Cheers, chat.
there's going to be some reasonable doubt.
Let me a quick question. What was the most you seen an individual get timed and fined for a murder charge?
First degree.
I don't know specifically what the worst charge has been. Let me see if the MDW has a specific time and fine for that or not.
Was there any witnesses around, like, that's not Mandem, like that?
The person who committed the murder was a Mandem.
Oof. Well, who was he?
I'll just say it was Block Boy.
You trust that motherfucker?
No, but he's got the murder weapon.
Okay, well, first degree murder, the first thing that they would have to do is prove that you planned it ahead of time, premeditation. So it sounds to me like it was an opportunity, you know, when the torturing was happening, for somebody else to shoot them. So it doesn't sound premeditated to me, so it might be second degree instead. Second degree does have...
Wouldn't the kidnapping to torture him be
if you didn't plan to kill him, then there's no
realistically this wouldn't even he wouldn't even get charged, because
if we get to court,
he would get investigated.
Absolutely say,
but
you know, you attempted to
this
kidnap
city
him and torture him, you had no plan to murder him, and you weren't the one. We can say you weren't the ones that murdered him. It would require you to commit it to you know, confessing to something, but it would definitely be better than murder. But you know, again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it and see what they have on you. But second degree murder is 300 months and $45,000, whereas first degree murder, it's recommendation and judicial discretion.
Basically, whoever the judge is.
They would.
The prosecution will make a recommendation, and then the judge will decide whether or not they're going to go with that.
They would need a lot of evidence for first degree, though. They would need like text and shit.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Matthew, is MDM a record label or a gang?
This isn't the time.
I would argue that it's two separate things, just because you know, individuals in Mandem the gang own Mandem Records doesn't mean that Mandem Records is a gang.
Hello, anyone on here?
Was Matt's blood the only blood on the scene?
We aren't 100% my blood's on scene, but there's no other reason for him to call me and ask
so
my relationship.
Hear this, right? Hear this. This is not trying to scare you now, right? If this motherfucker Block Boy don't get rid of that gun, and he gets caught with that gun, and they investigate him, and he says, well, he and they, because you know you the bigger fish to fry, you know what I'm saying? He might just snitch and say it was your gun that you gave to him, and now you have a witness. So y'all need to get rid of Block Boy, to be fair.
Or we need to get hold of the gun to get rid of it.
I just checked. There is no.
I'm stirred, chat. I'm stirred.
First degree murder. So it'll take me a little while, but I can definitely go through the the court records that have already gone through and find out what the max is, but I don't necessarily want to do that with you right now because I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want to take
understandable.
time on that. But yeah, strategy wise, the best way to defend it will be to wait and see.
I
what
doubt
they have
they'll
on
push
you.
it, but they might
But yeah,
because it's
if you
Matt,
guys
right?
can, either
So it's a big
get
case.
Block Boy to throw that gun away, or something like that. Whoever did the torture to throw that knife away. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
Block
might
Boy's
end up being that
RJ's
the
boy,
best
so he
bet
has
would be
even
for you
more
guys to
initiative
confess to
to.
something else if they push the first degree or even the second degree to confess lesser charges. And I don't know, is Black Boy part of your group or is he a separate individual?
He's a separate entity.
Okay. How willing, if necessary, would you be to throw him under the bus?
I won't be doing that.
Okay, that's valid and fair. I just wanted to check if that was an option. I like to know what my options are.
Yeah.
So, all right. So if you're not willing to throw him under the bus, then yeah, you need to get him to get rid of that gun. You also might want to talk to Tatiana and make sure that she doesn't say anything about it to anybody. About what happened. You might want to find out who the crackhead she put on it is, and make sure that they don't know why they were sent after him.
Valid. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the people that are involved, the more likely it is that somebody's going to say something to the wrong person and fuck it up. So if you guys can, influence people to, keep their mouth shut, that would be helpful.
Wait, who told us that the casing got blown away by the wind?
It was Fixer.
Yeah. So if they don't have a casing, is that better or worse for him?
Casing, no casing is better because they can't link it to the gun.
Okay.
So basically, the projectiles, which are the bullets, and the casings, which are the shells, those will link back to the gun that fired them. So the less of that there is, the easier it is to not make a link. But I assume a Python is an illegal weapon anyway, so as long as he doesn't have the weapon, there's no serial number tying it to his state ID for that. So yeah, as long as he doesn't have the gun that matches, they can't prove it was him because they can't prove it was his gun because he doesn't have possession of it anymore if he gets rid of it. So yeah, basically, possession of stuff is the way that they get people a lot is holding onto a hot gun or something, etc. So that gun will be hot depending on what evidence they have. So it's better to get rid of it, even though I know they're expensive. And
is it good for us for someone else to get caught with the gun?
Yeah, that would absolutely work as well. If there's somebody you guys can give to or sell it to.
The thing is, yeah, hear me out.
The fall.
So, I'm not throwing him under the bus if I just let him get caught with it, right? Because he knows there's murder on that gun. And if he's dense enough to go get caught with it, that ain't my issue.
Yeah, but they don't have the casing no more though, so it doesn't really even matter.
That's what we think. We don't know that.
Yeah,
that's true.
For sure what they have or don't have until we see the police report, and we won't see that until it's on the docket. Unless they put out a warrant instead and not try to go on the docket with first-degree murder. But yeah, first-degree murder has to go on the docket. So if they charge you with anything else, then they'll charge you, and we can try to appeal if you want. But yeah, first-degree murder has to go through the docket.
Okay. Yeah, it's a sticky one.
Still.
It looks like it's me, and it very much could have been me, but it wasn't. Can I get in trouble for being there and witnessing it?
Yo.
Witnesses aren't willing to talk.
Yo, what you doing, dog?
Just with Dean and Matt right now.
Dean and Matt.
Talking
Real
to a lawyer
interesting.
about some shit.
Like, if
Really? Is it about you killing Daff yesterday?
And I didn't do well.
Huh?
I get in trouble for that.
Yeah, she told me about it. She's limping right now. She's injured.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you fucked her up yesterday. Apparently, you like did some shit with a heli or something. Threw her off a building.
Oh my
I don't remember
gosh.
throwing Daff off a building. Your assistant.
Yo, it was like, 5 minutes before the storm, I thought you would have landed softly.
Well, apparently she
and-
remembers and she's injured.
It's crazy because like we was up the top. It was like 8 of us. A couple of us blew up in the helicopter and I just tackled her and she like bounced and then and then fell. Like she wasn't even at the edge. Oh my
I don't think
gosh.
she'll ever forgive you now.
Curtis, you
Yeah, I
gotta
just seen her
help
at the
me.
gas station.
You gotta help
What do
me.
you want me to do? Fucking ocean up her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill her for you or something like what?
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh, you'll never remember this. What?
bro, so much shit's happening. Kay's lost his mind. Remember when I lost my mind for that day?
Yeah?
It's like that times 20.
Oh my god, bro.
He doesn't want to talk to nobody. He's like, Bass died, and he's trying to kill everybody that killed Bass. And I went to the mechanic shop to fix my car, and normally I use his number and he just accepts it, right?
Yeah?
He came and shot me, bro. He's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then he like tortured Pigeon yesterday. Pigeon saying he had like red eyes. He's not answering nobody's calls.
Yo, what the hell?
He's like, today I seen him and he's like, get the fuck out of my way. And he's like, there's no fucking oxy. And I was like, oh, I got something for you. He's like, shut the fuck up. And he walks away. He's crazy, bro.
Oh my fucking god, this guy's turning into a fucking demon.
Bro, I don't know.
Full-fledged demon.
I don't know.
Dragon.
I don't know what's going on, man, but I'm staying away from that. It's
he
like
liked Bass that much.
apparently, like, cause like Bobby came in yesterday, said he'll be back. I haven't seen Bobby since. It's like
Haven't seen Bobby.
Rami, Miguel, and Bobby. It's like they were doing some shit on the radio the other day. They were like, oh, let's go blow up like the police station or whatever. But I was like, I'm not gonna go because I'm gonna stay the fuck out of that. And then
Right.
Fuck, bro. I don't know, but some shit's happening, and they're like, I don't know, but like it just it seems
Damn.
like I don't know, bro.
Well, y'all wanna like scoop me up or some shit? Who you with? You just with 3 people?
Yeah, we're just talking to Lawyer. You want to meet me outside of Uwu? We're like outside of Uwu, like beside the arcade. You'll see my car.
Oh yeah. Alright, I'll come through, dog.
All right.
Tell them to call me anyway, even if I'm not in the DOJ app. If you get caught, and if I'm not around in the city, tell them to send out an email for any attorney. Any attorney is better than no attorney, and if I'm awake, I'll see that and I'll try to fly in for you.
Okay, Celeste, that's amazing. I really appreciate that. You have my number,
You're
right?
very welcome. Yes, I saved your number.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. We'll just wait, see what we hear, and then I'll be in contact. That's perfect. Though I really appreciate that.
Sure. And then let me look over on thing here. Let's see.
I just called you. That was my number. I don't.
Yeah, I have you saved already. That's how I knew it was you. I'm just trying to check on the text messages. Text or was it email?
It was an email. I sent you an email, right?
Email. Okay. All right. Let me pull that up here. Sorry about that.
I think it was her. I talked to 2 lawyers that day.
All right, y'all. See y'all.
Curtis is outside, by the way, too, dude.
Is he coming in?
I think so.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate Grace.